Hey guys, welcome back to another ATD video. Today we have a head on the table. And we're also on a set, which is kind of weird, but we'll talk about that later maybe. Anyway, so this is the head off of that Prelude that you've seen. There was one video of us going to pick it up. That should be right in here. Put a click through for that. And yeah, got that car, got it on the trailer, brought it home, had a dead miss, and I'll show you the video of the compression test right about now. As you can see, it made zero pressure. I poured some oil down the cylinders, tried to make it make any compression at all. It wouldn't do it. So figured it's got to be the valves. Pulled the head off, which is right here, and that's about as far as I've gotten. I found there's actually two bent valves on this, so I'm just gonna replace them, get everything, just the valves replaced, and we're gonna get right into it. This is not probably what you should do, because I'm not gonna get this resurfaced or anything. I'm just gonna stick it right back on there because I got some pretty interesting things planned coming up for this thing. And let's just say this isn't all that important. I just want it to run for a little bit the way that it is. So let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, so here is a kind of dumb way to tell if you got bad valves. These are obviously all not clean, but here's my problem cylinder. I just left the spark plugs in the rest of them. And what you can do, you can put a light in your port here. And that way you can kind of see, yep, you can see it right there. Yep, there you go. You can see it on that one too. Alrighty, so here we are. Got this fancy thing on Amazon about 2 years ago. Worked on a small block Chevy, so I'm gonna take a guess that it's gonna work on this Honda. We'll take our little valve things, these little guys. This kit comes with all kinds of different sizes here. We'll take this guy and put it on the back side, and then on the actual, like the valve face side, doesn't really matter what size you use. You can kind of just put anything on there. And you'll want to back that out about as far as it will reach. Got ahead of myself here. That way your thingamajig doesn't, you don't have to like go that, you don't have to tighten it very far, if that makes sense. And then got this little rod. It goes into the threaded end on this side. And oh gosh. Just start to tighten this down here. Oh, I forgot to grab my little handy dandy magnet. So if you have one of them, that helps a lot actually. So this is what the back side of that looks like. So those two things in there that look like a little ring split in half, those are called your retainers. So I'm going to try and fish those out. Best way to do it is honestly just flip it upside down. This one's really bad, so you can tell. So I got the camera flat on the table here, and if you just spin it around, you can see it's bent. Now you can see got that spring compressed down, so now I can just stick my finger in there, or not. These girls they're tight on this one. Oh, there they go. Oh, and just pop those off, and like before, just dropped one on the floor, but now they're out. Put her on the ground, and you're good to go. Now you just loosen this guy up. And here's valve 2. I can't even like pretend to spin it in a circle here. Yeah, they're both Twisted Sisters, so we're gonna go ahead and replace those. So now what you'll do is you'll get your valve grinding compound, You'll drop your valve in there with, you put some of that compound on the seat, and you just take one of these guys. It actually works really well if you have some water nearby, so you can get a good suction. And notice how loud that is. Notice how it gets quiet. That's what we want. You'll spin it like 90, and you'll grind it, and then you'll spin it again, and you'll grind it. Hear that? Exactly. Pick it up, set it back down somewhere else. It's loud again. Eventually that sound pretty much goes away. Basically you want to go all the way around until it gets quiet all the way. So that's what I'm going to do, just to make sure everything's shaded up right. And then yeah, we'll be good to go. So we got the two valves in there. They are lapped and everything ready to go. I need to basically pop them out. I'm gonna label them, clean it up, and then we'll go through. I'm gonna go through and degrease the whole head on camera because it's just super time consuming. And then I'll go get my gaskets and she'll be back on the car in no time. I got it all cleaned up now. It's not 100% ideal, but it will be fine. This is probably going to be the most temporary head gasket change you've ever seen. Also almost lit the car on fire. That was good. I cranked it over to get these two pistons up just to clean up, and fuel rail was on, and there's a bunch of electronics over here, so that was good. That would have been a bad day. Anyway, so yeah, let's drop this head on here, see if that works. Who knows? It's really nice when like just everything's in the way. Let's see. Okay, this thing's in the way now. What is this? Okay, this is the best part, is the fact that I can't feel the head gasket's still in the right spot. It feels fine and looks fine. There's just wires going everywhere in the wrong place and everything. Let's see if I can't get this to go. Ow. Zoinks. Alright. I think we're down. It sure looks like it. Feels like it too. Sweet. Alright, I'm going to drop a few bolts in and see if they thread in. Now I probably should have cleaned these, but I didn't, so that's, you get what you see here. Now should I look up the torque spec on this? Probably. Am I going to? Probably. I haven't really decided yet. I'm sure if I can find it in under 5 minutes, I will look it up, but with this thing, that's questionable. Also up here, got them all hand tight. Went and borrowed the torque wrench from Mason. So we're gonna do one round at 22 foot-pounds, which is quite low compared to what I'm used to. It's a pretty standard torque sequence. It didn't take much for me to memorize it. which I think I already did it wrong, but it don't matter too much. It mostly matters that you're applying it evenly. So this first round at 22 is kind of just to make sure it all seats evenly. Wow. I tightened all these by hand, but I guess that one probably set down quite a bit after the one next to it was tightened. So now we're going for the final torque, which is 49 foot-pounds. And we kind of just make sure it's right, and it is. And I know this engine bay is an absolute wreck. You don't have to remind me. I kind of just wanted to get this head off as fast as I could. Alright, there we go. That's 49 foot-pounds all around. She should be on there good. Alright, quick little update. Didn't end up actually doing the camshafts yet. Did get the whole intake side pretty much set up. I think everything's plugged in at least to get it running. And then now I got to deal with the header situation, because this is in the way. I don't remember how I even got the header off. I think I actually didn't even have the head on. Like, I think the bolts were out when I did get the header off. Might end up having to take this off just to get access to it. Everything's hidden. All the bolts are in the worst spot ever, so yeah, that's really cool. Anyway, I'll update you guys when something else has happened.
I know where this one is. There it is. Hello.
This is how do I turn around here? This is day 2 working on the Honda.
Secretly day 3.
Secretly day 3. Yeah, I forgot about that. I employed Mason yesterday because I have a manifold bolt that won't come out, and I could not figure it out. And Mason just figured it out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's
So-
kind of like, you know, there's bolts in other places. Pretty quick.
What's that?
So there's bolts in other places that you can't see because of the grease.
Like, there's a bolt right there underneath, and no access.
But we did just find 2 bolts. You can kind of see right where this extension's coming out from.
Yeah.
There's a bolt there that holds this bracket right here onto the motor. So if we can take those 2 out, which we just cracked them both loose, so we are just got the easy machine out, and it'll come out.
Hopefully.
Directly.
So that's kind of the last clip we saw was me trying to put the manifold on, but it just won't angle, so I got to take it all out to put it back on, which doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
But yeah, and then cams, boy, got her out all the way just so I could go. Don't mind the missing stud, by the way.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's right there.
Look at
Well,
that.
it's not right there, actually.
It
So
was.
that's good. Now it's on there. And then now, I mean, it could run right now.
Good. Just manually.
You don't need those.
Just manually. Just. All right, this one's coming up. Push it.
Hello, everyone. It's been cold and windy and stupid outside, but we're back after coming out here after work. Just gonna, you know, drop in the old cam shaft here, just like that. She's good to go. Now we'll grab the intake cam. That goes in here somewhere, something like that. Something like that, something like this, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Oh, there's timing marks somewhere in here. So that needs to be a different direction. I can't even see this one. There it is. I can see it now. Ooh. Dropping a lifter out of here. What the hey? Theoretically, they should line up on the same spot, roughly. Okay, they don't. So let's give this girl a rotation. Interesting. They're not wanting to line up in the same spot. I need to get cylinder 1 into top dead center before I can do anything. So I'm gonna go grab my mega long screwdriver. Alright, day 942. We got cams installed. Got the belt on. That was quite a pain in the ass. If you're doing this on yours, which who knows, there's a tensioner on the bottom I didn't know about, and yeah, so I got it on there. She's timed, I guess. Ow, just hit my head on that. But yeah, timing marks are lining up, and yeah, don't mind the vice grips and the wrenches and everything. So I gotta just tighten that tensioner back up, and then after that we are good to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and reinstall the plugs now. I don't know why, but I am. I did find out how to, I had to watch a video actually, but tightening the belt on this thing, you just like loosen some stuff and then you tighten it up. Does that make any sense? So like you loosen the tensioner and then you turn the belt, like you turn the engine so the tension comes out, and then you tighten it. It's pretty easy. But yeah, that's in there. I don't remember where I put the other spark plug. I know it's around here. Alright, now I'm dropping the other spark plug in there. And yeah, she's gonna be nice and mint. Cannot wait to start this thing. It's been a long time. Just in case I didn't mention it, which I think I did, but I got a terrible memory. I took this head to the machine shop, and it sat on the floor of that same machine shop in the same place I left it for him for, I think it came out to about 2 months, because he said he was going to get to it in 3 weeks. Then I called him at the 3-week line. I was like, hey, where are we at here? And he was like, oh, I think I'll get to it in a week or so. I was like, okay, I'll wait. I don't have any problem with just waiting on it. I think I gave it another 2 weeks, and I went in there. I'd called him the last 2 times, just thinking, oh, I'll call him, give him a call. I don't need to run in there for that. And yeah, I was sitting in the same spot still, just after about 2 months it had been. So I just went and picked it up, ordered the valve, and now we're here. All right, here she is, the grand knot finale. It's like, looks like a complete engine again. It's weird. Man, I've been waiting for this for so freaking long now. Oh, well, I have to take it off anyway, so that's why you don't get too excited the gasket came out. I think there's a direction to this, but you know, it's like impossible because there's freaking hoses and stuff running everywhere in here. Basically, Honda was like, how do we make it the most difficult to install things? And they were like, oh yes, like this. Oh, that goes there. I guess that's probably gonna be in my way anyway, so. Alrighty. Wow. Here we are, man. I'm just doing this because it makes me feel better, but I know the Dizzy Wizzy needs to go back on. Somehow. Helps if there's not a power steering pump on it. I don't even know how that got there. It does appear that you can't fuck up the timing, at least. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Look at that. Freaking sweet. I woke up this morning thinking, I'm working on a Honda today. I gotta let the mullet, you know, free flow. Not really. My hat fell off. We're actually theoretically ready to start here. Oh, I just went around and tightened everything. You saw me put on the valve cover and everything. And I've just been walking around plugging in random stuff and la da 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 da. I haven't checked the oil. Am I gonna do that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that real quick. I got a rag just. Oh, we got oil, buddy. We got fucking oil on this thing. That's mint. So, yeah. Theoretically, it'll start. Keys have been acquired. We're gonna give her a go. The other thing is the exhaust is not bolted up. So let's just say a prayer here. Hopefully no fires or anything start. That didn't sound good. Ooh. Sounds like it's gonna start. No, it doesn't. That sounds terrible. What is going on here? Sound great. I see steam and things. I think we're flooded right now. It sounded like it was gonna fire, but then it didn't. They all in here. I don't know if I got the right things in the right holes. I forgot to look up firing order. I just realized these were right because they were in the same spot. I think, but let me Google that. So I think I got the firing order right this time. Yeah. Yep, it's gonna fire this time, I think. Doesn't sound great, but I think that's open header syndrome. Woo! I see steam or smoke or something. She fires, buddy. Holy cow. Oh, that does not smell good. Something smells terrible. Ooh, probably that. No, I don't know. It did not smell good, but it started. I gotta hook up the exhaust before I do anything, and then I gotta put the alternator and power steering pump back on. But yeah, she freaking runs. So every single nut on the header, like where the exhaust bolts into the manifold, is stripped out, so that's good. So I got one on, sorry, except for one. I got the one on, and it's tight-ish. So I'm gonna start it and we're gonna listen to see if it's leaking, and we'll go from there. Crank over here. Yeah, it's still really loud, but it's running. It does not like gas. For some reason, it does not. It does not want to take throttle input. Let's go check her out, see what's going on. All right. Uh-oh. Damn it. I did get it to start and like work with the pedal. I had a sensor unplugged, but it wasn't running well. I think I have some vacuum lines disconnected randomly in certain places. I'm gonna have to figure that out, and I'm gonna have to replace that O2 sensor. So yeah. So one last thing before this video ends. The next one, obviously, we're gonna try and get it driving, get the Prelude driving, but for that I want to show you guys something, it's a hint. Well, it's not, because I'm gonna explain it to you. So I went and bought me this thing. Looks just like a block, you know. Now you can see it. This is a H22 closed deck JDM everything cool thingamabobber here. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this into the Prelude. It's been done before, and there's a little bit of information on it, so I'm not gonna be going into it completely blind, but yeah. So now all I gotta do is find a head for it, and gonna order, you know, fancy rotating assembly, and we're probably gonna be building for power. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching. There's gonna be a lot more on the Prelude coming out shortly after this. Now I'm gotten through the slow part, if that makes sense, and yeah, there's a lot to do on that thing, so we're gonna get going on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of that Prelude, and make sure you like this video if you want to see more Prelude content.